All right, guys, Playboi Carti might have just gotten exposed for using AI, and I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very, very weird. I guess it's controversial, and it's also kind of funny once you learn the context. So let me just break everything down. All right, so first of all, we all know that AI music is getting pretty good. There are literally AI clones of rappers, coincidentally, of Playboi Carti. There's this guy named Twin with an X, and there's a bunch of these guys, and they're AI covers of music, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. I've listened to some of them. It's like, wow, it's kind of like, I don't know, you just grow a liking to an artist and someone makes a cover with their voice and it's like, oh, this isn't half bad. You know what I mean? But of course, when you're listening to an artist as a fan, you don't really want to hear the artists releasing AI. I don't know, it just feels cheap, it feels inauthentic. You're like, dang, it's not even this artist for real. It's cool when like you as a fan are going on SoundCloud or YouTube and like finding these like AI covers, but when they release it, it's like, damn, it's like, really? However, here's the thing, what if you don't even know? And it turns out that's what might have happened with Playboi Carti's and The Weeknd's recent single, Timeless. So let me break down the timeline, all right? So it turns out that Timeless, or at least Playboi Carti's version, is AI. So it started with, and someone just broke it down. September 25th, 2024, the OG version of the track Timeless leaked online, featuring an AI-generated verse from Carti and The Weeknd. September 27th, 2024, a track is released with an identical beat in Carti's verse, just like in the leaked OG version where an AI model was used. The Weeknd re-recorded his part on his own voice and lyrics on Spotify. The track credits feature two individuals, Blessed and Lawson, who are listed as writers, not as producers. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times producers are just credited. Producers are given publishing, all right? They're usually given like 1 or 2% of the royalties, and they're given like 25-30% of the publishing. That's where they make their money. However, 50% of the publishing is for the producers and 50% is for the writers. That's like how it's normally partitioned. However, there are two people who are not listed as producers. They're just listed as writers, Blessed and Lawson. They're songwriters / ghostwriters. For example, Lawson has written many lyrics for Ruby Rose's releases. He's also a friend of Volta. I don't know how to say his name. He's a cool producer. The Timeless producer. He also did 2024 by Carti. And anyways, they say, which will later become an interesting detail. All right. Anyways, so here's the thing. Okay, there was this other leak, and it was titled Real Music, okay? That's what the track was titled. And you gotta understand, fans are buying these leaks because they're by reputable sources, and they're like thinking, oh, this is Carti's music, okay? So the track titled Real Music was leaked with the beat produced by the same producer, OG Volta. An interesting coincidence, the track is again entirely written by AI Carti's voice. According to Counting Caskets, the file name was Lawson Carti 5, you're blocked. As we can see, the nickname Lawson also appears. He was credited on Timeless, where an AI model was used for Carti's verse. Okay, so at first, when Real Music came out, everyone was like, yo, this is so hard. What the fuck? Yo, this comes out. Like, this is gonna be crazy. What the fuck? Like, yo, this is wild. It turns out Real Music later, like the same day or the next day, we're like, wait a second, this is AI. You know, people realized they can tell by certain like inflection, like AI can't do vocal fry. Just look up what vocal fry. They can't like perfectly mimic a voice, but when someone like Carti, who really slurs and speaks in a, I'm not gonna say unintelligible way, but just hard to understand sometimes, you know, hence why certain fans back in the day would say carnies, etc. It can kind of be done pretty well, okay? And anyways, rumors are circulating that Lawson, this writer, made more than just 2 tracks, and many of them were liked by Carti. Anyways, here's some screenshots. Yeah, bro, Timeless 2, it was ghostwritten by a group of people signed to OG Volta, Real Beats, Fake Vocals. And they also showed that Lawson Beats on Instagram posted that he had worked with OG Volta on the song. It's like, yo, Lawson is credited. So a couple of random things. Okay, first of all, what's funny to me is I remember there were like these tweets going around when, if you remember, The Weeknd took Carti out to Brazil to perform Timeless for the first time, and Carti was like recording it right before. I was like, whoa, what the f? This guy is really a genius. Like, he just recorded right before the whole time. He's just like using a reference track from, but that's AI. You know, I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of smart for doing it. It's kind of just like, damn. Another thing that also pops into my mind is like, yo, how long has he been doing this? Was You're the Moon AI? Was All Red AI? Was, like, you know what I mean? And will we ever even be able to tell? Kind of crazy. The other thing too is fans spent like $20,000 for the group buy. They're like, yo, successful group buy, and it was AI. The thing is, like, people have been trying to scam group buys and these leak communities for a long time. You know, they do it with like recently they've been doing it with AI, but before they could even be like lying about the quality. Like, they could have like a part full quality but not have the whole song. You know, these things happen, right? But you know, it's kind of funny to me that like technically they didn't get scammed. It's like a real leak. It's just that Carti's using AI. So it's like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, but here's what really like made some fans disgruntled or mad. You see, it's not that Carti used AI as a reference track. I mean, that's already kind of bad considering people think of Carti as like, whoa, creative, like super creative, this and that. But it's like, he didn't change it. Which, you know, for him to have totally been able to copy the AI is just crazy. I don't think he could have done that. So it sounds like Carti just used the AI and just didn't do shit, which, you know, thinking of Carti seems like a little lazy sometimes. It makes sense. And that's what this one Redditor said. He said, I think the point that they're getting at, and I hope I misunderstood this, is that the leak was a reference track recorded by someone else with an AI Carti filter on it. The problem is that minus the ad-libs and mixing changes, the released version has the same vocal take. So unless Carti did a perfect copy from the AI on Realistic, then they didn't change the AI filter and just released it like that. Another thing they're saying is that only the second verse in Timeless is AI, but whatever it is, AI was clearly used. And you see, after that, you know, everyone just kind of had this realization, but what happened afterwards is fans had like this existential crisis. Like Playboi Carti, who you know, if you know him, he's big on Twitter and he's big in the Carti community, said, so Carti Hub scamming is obviously really stupid, but I think the fact that Carti has people recording music for him with a Playboi Carti AI preset for reference is way worse. Like, do you all realize he could be singing in AI vocals / ad-libs into future tracks and we wouldn't even know? Timeless probably has bits and pieces that use AI vocals. Not all, but some of it. AI is ruining the music industry. Leaks are cooked. This is not good, to be honest, and I honestly lost some respect towards Carti because he's using this dog shit on Real. But anyways, what a lot of people don't realize is Carti is very inspired and respects somebody a lot within hip-hop. That person is Kanye West. And that's what this next person say, Lonely. He said, I'm going to add on to this and say that AI shit is happening because of Kanye. So Kanye West, you can go yourself. But I also think that if Carti continued to use his AI to make his voice sound more clear and sound better, it won't be as bad. People been doing that for years. It's all the AI making songs that people have a problem with. But in the end, it's Kanye West. So in Kanye's Vultures 2, he was exposed for using AI vocals in at least 3 recent tracks. So Sky City, first verse AI, Vultures Forever, Kanye's verse AI, and Skepta, Cash Cow also had AI. And there's even more where there's speculations of AI. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I kind of think it's cool in a way because you don't understand, like, this is the future. Like, people are gonna be doing this, and I think in like 5-10 years this is gonna be such a norm, and it's just weird to think, it's just trippy to think about, but damn. And you know, Kanye's always been ahead, so it's a very like Kanye-ish thing. Of course, right now Kanye is kind of psychotic, so yeah. Oops, just hit my mic. Another thing too is like Carti isn't exactly like making the most craziest written records ever, you know, it's damn. But you know, they also made like they compared the official versus leaked demo, and you can tell there are definitely parts where there's like AI in it, you know, kind of crazy. Then there was like this period where everyone's like, yo, it's not AI, it may have been on the weekend when there are AI on the demo. Carti did not release an AI generated verse. I was like, I don't know about that. The other thing too is this was all started by like just a Discord user's message. But anyways, fans started demanding that Carti address this. Someone said, Carti needs to address this. This is an extremely bad look if Carti used AI on vocals and Timeless. This is an even worse look than the A-word allegation. This is what? No, it's not. Come on. It's like human. Okay. This literally compromises the creative integrity of his music. He needs to post some kind of video of him in the studio recording the song or something like that. He ain't even addressed being his girlfriend. You think he's gonna address his fans for using AI? So the next thing is like, is this gonna hurt his reputation? All right, because you know that's one thing that Carti really cares about: image and reputation. I feel like if people start saying that like, yo, Carti, you're not even making your music, and they start dogging on him, it's definitely gonna get to him. I'm not gonna lie, it's like, it's very weird that this happened with him out of all rappers, but yeah, just interesting. So let's read this post that this one Redditor said. Shout out Deli Monster. Regardless of if AI was actually used, the fact that this is speculated now is important. I think in the final cut, Playboi Carti and everyone else with the following right now knows that the reputation is everything. Not literally, but it's saying. And right now, audiences don't want AI in their music. People are literally debating whether it's used or not. The implication that if it's being used, it's bad. Because it is. It's lazy, it's uncreative, and inauthentic. The opposite of art. So, okay. Yeah, I guess. The fact that a lot of the fan base has reacted so negatively to the potential use of AI should make the camp question how they're doing things, because this is basically a PR up. I mean, not really. It was leaked, and they didn't really mean for it to be leaked like that. I know Ye tried to set the trend, but an artist looking to rise the peak of his career shouldn't be too keen to take all of the advice given by someone on their way out. He was at the top in his time. You think the AI will be a short-lived gimmick, or will everyone just try to cover it up and implement better? I hate that this is even a conversation. Realistically, this would be worse for his image than the punching shit, simply because the world has already acknowledged and accepted the fact that he is a person and we all really only appreciate his music. Using AI is a hit to the thing he seriously has going for himself, which is his awesome music. If his music becomes invalid, he's irrelevant. There's nothing wrong with reference track. They made some of the best songs, as long as he didn't and doesn't publish an AI song without recording over. If this is true, loss in recording in Carti's voice could be useful in my opinion to hear already what he'd sound like on a certain beat track without having to do it, which I'll admit is lazy, but asking as something like real music doesn't drop the way it leaked, I see little to no issue besides the fact I prefer when an artist makes their own. It's clear Carti's goal is to hit Travis level and beyond, in a sense extremely mainstream, but by using AI to try things for him, it's something I don't like because there's no experimenting with the new shit to try. So the other thing too is, do you guys really think that Carti is recording everything AI? Like, I don't know. Everything? Kind of hard to say. I don't think he's doing everything not AI. So anyways, if you go on Twitter now, they're saying, yo, it's not AI, this and that. But clearly AI was used somewhere. I think some parts of the song were stuck with AI. I'm not gonna lie, in Hamlet, I couldn't tell at all. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, Carti's never had like the most clear voice in everything he raps in, like, let's be real. So kind of sounded the same to me. At the end of the day though, what you guys gotta understand is like this conversation, the fact that it came from it being leaked created this much discourse, because you gotta understand these types of fans care the most. They're the deepest fans. You know what I mean? These are the fans that are in Carti group by Discord. Sorry, I just can't speak for some reason. In Carti group by Discords, these are like the most diehard, craziest, like under the rock fans, if that makes sense, right? Whereas casual listeners do not give a they don't care. They don't care if he's used AI. They're never gonna even find out. Something like this, they're just not gonna care. They're gonna be like, oh, cool, what? Oh, Playboi Carti using AI. You know, like, blah, 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 using AI. Like, they're just not gonna care as much, especially if it's for like a reference track like this and it sounds like he recorded over some bit and this and that. They're just not gonna care. They're just gonna think of it as innovation. So I feel like that's what a lot of Carti fans have to realize. The other thing too, he has to make a apology or address this. Like, no, that would be the worst thing ever. Like, let's be real. He's not doing that. Another thing too is, you know, I'm gonna read this one comment from this Kanye subreddit, and you guys can disagree with me. I'm gonna give you my take on this. LMAO, wait, so he's just running reference tracks from ghostwriters through an AI that turns into his voice? Sadly, yes, it's so sad. I wonder what's going into Kanye's head to do this stuff. He might think he's ahead of the curve like he was on 808s. Someone said, just think about him grinding 5 beats a day for 3 summers, striving for perfection, to this lazy bullshit he's produced for the last few years. Just a new low artistically. Using AI vocals on released tracks is next level washed. Honestly, as much as all these people are hating, I feel like AI vocals really might be the future. Like, I don't see people stopping using this. I feel like this is gonna become the norm. I feel like this is a very like Reddit thing to care about. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, it does kind of disappoint me too. But I understand that it's like an unrealistic disappointment. You know what I mean? It's like, as long as the product is good, regular fans are still gonna like it. As long as it sounds good, it's cool. Obviously, if he just switches to all reference tracks and is just picking as like a curator, it's like, all right, bro. You know, I don't know, the level of like expertise and how much work you put into art always, you know, gives anyone more respect. You know what I mean? Like, for example, artists that produce all their music, mix all their music, write all their music, is like, whoa, you know, you just have a whole another level of respect for them. That's why people respect Kanye so much, because he produces. My friend was telling me this other day, he was like, yo, low-key, like, I like Drake more, but he was saying I like Drake more, but I still say Kanye's a better artist because he produces, and he does, you know, he's just more of a creative. It's like, all right, cool, yeah. So I feel like, you know, everybody inherently has this respect for people. You know, you can even think of producers. So there's this thing called like, so in the producer community, there's certain people who use loops, meaning they don't make melodies, meaning they just put drums on. And if you don't know, like, drums, if you do a simple pattern, are very easy to put. So those types of producers are respected less. And yeah, they might be as successful or more successful, but respect wise, people just don't respect them as much because they just aren't as, you know, creatively, I guess you could say, they're just not putting in as much work, you know. And that's not to say that hip hop doesn't use samples. I don't want to get into that argument, but what I'm saying is, whenever you put in the most work artistically, you're always gonna have the most respect. But I don't really think that means this is like a horrible thing. I understand certain fans are gonna start losing respect for Carti if he just runs with this like crazy. I think they're definitely gonna learn. I think they're definitely gonna try and tighten shit up. I think they're definitely gonna try and I don't know. There probably are more, and if those leak, it's gonna be like, whoa. So maybe this is just the tip of the iceberg. Who knows? At the end of the day, I think this is crazy. It just shows that this is becoming a future. I feel like AI music was like a thing like 2 years ago. Like, I don't even know when it started, but yeah, like 2 years ago. I remember senior high school, I would like, you know, ironically, I would listen to like Kanye AI sometimes. You know that one Pharrell song? Look up Kanye Get Lucky. It's actually like crazy how good it is, the AI. I mean, there's a lot of like, I would listen to like super random stuff. I'll listen to like Lil Peep AIs for some reason of like certain, I don't know, there's just a lot of like, honestly, like it's not bad. I'll listen to like Uzi AIs of like Future songs. Those are hard. Look up Uzi Coding Crazy. Like some of this AI, it's not bad. And as a fan, I just love that shit. You understand, like it just sounded so hard. Like I don't know how to explain it. The voices were also different because it would like mash up the entire artist's discography, like voice into like one, and it would create like this mix where it's like it's kind of cool. Sometimes it would be bad. Like the robotic would sometimes sound cool. Like for example with Kanye on Get Lucky, since it was a Daft Punk beat, like the roboticness of the AI made it sound cool. You know what I mean? Like there is beauty to be appreciated in it, you know, if you're just a fan of music. But I understand why people would lose respect for certain artists. You know what I mean? I do think it's kind of like lame. Like what if like all these big artists just start putting out like AI compilation albums of just like the biggest songs? It's just like, yo, you can just listen to anything. I don't know, but let me know what you think. Honestly, I think this is a very interesting discussion to be had. So just outside of Carti, let me know what you think. I'll try and respond to some comments, but yeah, peace. Take care. Bye.